Excited and nervous, you know. This is my first film festival with an official entry. I did, you know, I think in '82 we debuted E.T. at Cannes, and then the last Indiana Jones film was debuted at Cannes also, but as exhibitional screenings. This is the first time I've ever really entered one of my films into a legitimate film festival. I've always found ways of putting, you know, my personal life in everything I've done, even, you know, Indiana Jones, believe it or not. There's pieces of me in that and pieces of me in everything I've really directed. But this was a very focused, intentional story of coming of age. And I've never made a coming of age story before, told one before, and I've never told one so close to my own experiences and so close to my own heart. Only the names were changed to protect the innocent. The most challenging part was finding the cast that best represents my family. There's nothing more personal than that, in casting your own family. And I didn't have to look very far. I felt in my heart for a long time that Michelle Williams was very representative of my experience with my own mom. Well, everybody knows I don't see my movies with audiences rarely. I mean, so I'm going to just literally do my Destry, my daughter said, I think it's, you take a deep breath for 4 seconds and hold it, then you let it out for 8 seconds. I'll be doing a lot of that tonight. 4 in, 8 out.
It's thrilling. It's a surreal experience, and I'm trying to just take it all in and really appreciate it. Yeah. It's funny. My first shot of the film was like a night shot. My call time was like 8 p.m. And literally in the script, it's like, you know, they walk out of a theater to their car. It's like, and I show up and there's like 100 cars from the 50s on set, and like the entire block is dressed, and there's 1,000 extras, and I was just like, this is unlike, I've never seen anything like this. It truly was, and all the shot was just walking out of the theater to the car, and it really was like, I was like, oh, this is a big movie. It isn't like a small personal film. This is a big personal film, yeah, which was great. It was all the more fun. Not to put too fine a point on it, but as a Jewish filmmaker, there's few movies that are more up your alley than this one.
I know, I found out that Taylor Swift and Sadie Sink were here yesterday. They're like my idols. I saw All Too Well, the short film, 20 times. All of my songs in my music album is from Taylor Swift. And getting to like be on the same carpet as them is so cool. I'm also so excited to see the movie because everybody worked really hard. I know Michelle is just amazing in it, and all of the co-stars that I've worked with are so good. Yeah. And I'm so excited to be able to see it and see what's in it and see how it turned out, because it's a great script. When I was with Michelle Williams, she a lot treated me like her daughter. Like, I'd be eating a lot of bread during a dinner scene, and she'd say, you need to eat some cucumbers now. You gotta stay healthy, which is what my mom always does. Or I became best friends with Julia Butters, who played one of my sisters, and we write every day. And we really started to create that kind of family community. Yeah. And I was so happy to go and work on set every day. I loved working with Gabe. Me and him had a different kind of bond. The two characters we played kind of fought a little bit, but outside of filming, we had fun, you know? It was fun to be able to work with him, and there was one scene that we had, I don't know if it's in the movie or not, but it was really special to me, and we kind of really connected during that scene, and it was amazing working with him. I would say Hook is like the best Steven Spielberg film, other than E.T., which is also so good. But Hook, there's that one moment where like Robin Williams is in his Peter Pan costume. It's so good. And the thing is, in this film, Steven he has such good shots. I've seen pictures, the cover. There's really amazing shots with Gabe working with lights and cinema, and I'm just excited to see it.
I feel great. I feel relieved that we're here on the red carpet about to share the film. A little nervous, but not so much. I'm excited to share the film and feel it with an audience on a nice, big, beautiful screen. You know, Steven's letting you into the way he sees the world in this film in a way that I think is really beautiful and inspiring. How he realized this film just the way he shoots the toy train set early in the film, which you'll see. It's astonishing. But yeah, our job is to capture the essence of something. So the essence of the emotion that family was going through, most of us have been there in some capacity, way, shape, or form with our own families, and it is big. So it's big here and here.
From the moment that Steven started talking about his mother and who she was to him, it felt like an honor.
Steven is who he is and has made the films that he's made because of his upbringing, and then this is actually the world getting to see how Steven Spielberg became Steven Spielberg. He continually reinvents himself. Like, he just crosses genres and does different things. And this movie, as I watched him make it, I was like, this is completely different than anything he's done. And this is his 34th movie. He's made 34 different kinds of films, but films for everyone. And I hope this is no different.
The great thing about getting direction from somebody who's doing a movie about themselves, about their own story, is that they're going to be very concerned about you. They're very concerned about how you fit and who you are to them because you're real, you know? So I was kind of shiver and shake, right? It's like saying, am I like him? You know? I was walked through an office in New York. It's absolutely true. That was casting me. I didn't know what it was for. I just knew I was somebody they asked to come up and read something. They took me through the office and said, we'll let you meet some of the people here. Yeah. And Steven is sitting in this little box, little office. And she said, he's going to be big. And on his desk is Jaws.
No, you're kidding me.
And I just said, no, he doesn't remember it, right? So this is like 50 years later, we're doing this movie. And I said, I met you when you were a kid, you see? And then he remembers being there. And it was that day, and it was that time, because that's when he did the movie.
It means everything. I cannot believe I'm here. This all seems like a dream, like I'm reading a book, and then I'm going to put it down and return back to my life. Like, this is so surreal. I've wanted to do this ever since I went to Universal Studios, went on the tram, started watching his movies, Steven's movies. You know, this is what I wanted to do, and I'm so happy. I manifested it on previous red carpets, and it's happening, and I'm so thankful. I am playing Reggie Fabelman. The character is based off of Anne Spielberg, his sister. She gave me her high school ring. It has her initials on it, 1967. It's such an honor. She is so lovely, and her and Steven are just so special. I adore them. As someone who has made home movies in my backyard since I got an iPad, you know, I mean, like, even being 5 years old, 4 years old, taking little videos and learning how to edit them together on iMovie, this means so much to me to be a part of not only a Steven Spielberg project, but this is just so, I could cry thinking about it.
There was a lot of joy. It was always there, amongst a lot of other things, but it's just an incredible story, and I was just lucky to have a callback with Steven on the same Zoom. After that, it's like I didn't need any more. But I got to do this, and now I'm here, so everything's amazing. You show up on sets, and there's cameras, and there's lights, and I have that feeling on any set I'm a part of, but watching Steven walk around and figure out his shot with the whole camera team behind him, because they don't storyboard or shot list, so yeah, there are not a lot of words to describe. There are, but not right now.
I can't believe my luck. I think it goes without saying, he's an artist whose work is absolutely going to endure, and I've been able to be a part of, 4 movies in his body of work, and I think they're 4 pretty wonderful films. So it just feels like, one of the great joys and privileges of my life. And, I am as proud of the work I've done with him as I am of anything I've done as a playwright or, I think is anything I'm likely to do. And I hope we're going to continue. We're talking about what we're going to do next.